Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Not Listening. It is September 30th, 2025, and I am here with another episode of Try Today Tuesday, the series where I show my viewers a different game every single week. And today, we have Shattered Pixel Dungeon. I haven't played this game in quite some time, so there's probably a bunch of changes that have happened to this game that I haven't quite seen yet. See, there's been an entirely new class added since I last played this game. The Cleric, don't really know what he's about, haven't really played that class before. But I'm sticking with the Huntress so I can spam enemies with the Spirit Bow at a long distance. The upper floors of the dungeon actually constitute the city's sewer system. As dark energy has crept up from below, the usually harmless sewer creatures have become more and more ferocious. The city has had to send guard patrols down here to try and maintain safety for those above. This place is dangerous, but at least the evil magic at work here is weak. So I start right away by checking this grass. The Huntress has a unique ability that lets her search through grass without trampling it. Grass is useful because it can contain things like the seeds to make plants, and also dewdrops that you put in your water skin. See, Huntress has this unique ability that gives her an advantage right off the bat. It's just a bow and arrow, and it's got unlimited ammunition because the arrows are made of spirits or something, I don't know. See, we found a dewdrop, and we can put that in the water skin that I have here. See, the sewer snakes kind of have a ridiculous evasion stat, so your only hope of actually hitting them is to make sure that your attack counts as a surprise attack. Like if they're chasing you through the grass or through a door or around the corner, then it will count as a surprise attack. Then here we can see the perk tree that you get from leveling up. You also get more health points. You see I have 25 health points. They changed the icon for follow-up strike. It looks a little different than it did the last time I played, but it's still the same ability. So we get that because I like that one. Here I found a short sword and leather armor of brimstone. The enchantment makes you fireproof when you wear the armor. So every time you do a new run, the colors of the potions and the symbols on the scrolls will change and they will randomize, so you have to identify them in various different ways yourself. So you don't actually know what any of these potions do the first time you pick them up, or the scrolls the first time you read them. You have to find out. For all armors and weapons, you have to have enough strength to equip them, otherwise you will get a huge debuff when you do equip them, but all of the strength requirement gets reduced when you upgrade things more. This little zone gives you a bunch of potions and scrolls, and it only gives you 3 keys to go look through everything, but I don't like it. Like, I couldn't even see what was in the last one, because there's ones where there's another one in the way, and you have to use up that key, so you can't even see if there's a potion in the last one or not, unless you checked. I always try to stand in the water when I'm drinking new potions to identify them, just in case it's the potion of liquid flame. Then I can just go in the water and put out the fire right away. I'm going to start cutting out the boring bits now, the bits where I'm just going through a room that I've already been through. I'm going to cut those bits out. This here, we have a nice little garden room that sometimes spawns on any given level, and it's got sungrass in the middle here. The sungrass will heal you 1 point every turn that you stand in it, but as soon as you move, the effect stops working. This is a gnoll scout. Gnolls are like these humanoid fox things, and they drop gold sometimes. Here's another one. He hasn't been alerted yet though, so first attack counts as a surprise attack on him as well. And I inspect the chest more closely because sometimes these chests can actually be mimics instead. These are dungeon piranhas, and if they can hit you back, you absolutely do not stand a chance of fighting against them. But that's no issue when we have a bow and we can just spam unlimited projectiles like this. Aside from projectile weapons, the whip is the weapon with the longest reach in the game. So if you're not playing Huntress, it's a good one to pick. You can even hit the dungeon piranhas with it without getting close enough that they can hit you back. This little room here is, it has a magic flame going on, and the only way to get past the barrier is by throwing a frost potion or using some kind of frost magic like from the Wand of Frost. And you can use clues in the environment to figure out what certain potions do. Like for example, with this room, it is guaranteed that a potion of frost will spawn somewhere else on the level, so you have something to get rid of the barrier with. Sometimes you can just guess completely, because like if there's no other potions around, then you know that that one is obviously the ice potion, and you can figure it out through process of elimination like that. So this is a ring, and the ring will boost one of your stats when you put it on, unless it's a cursed ring. If it's a cursed ring, it will just make that stat worse instead of helping you. The Ring of Might is the best ring that they have in this game because it allows you to use upgrade scrolls to directly increase your strength level and also your max hit points. The Sewer Crab can be a very dangerous opponent at lower levels because it has like double the movement speed and double the attack speed compared to everything else, and is also has higher evasion but not as ridiculous as the Sewer Snake. Apparently, thrown weapons can be identified now, and they can spawn already enchanted, which was not true the last time I played this game. Here we have the Swarm of Flies. They won't do much to you if you have even just a little bit of decent armor, if you've upgraded from the cloth. They divide every time you hit them, and sometimes they will drop potions of healing. But they will not divide if you hit them with something magic, like Magic Missile or Wand of Frost or something like that. The way these levels generate their exit and entrance rooms is a lot different from how I remember. In this room, there is some armor piece or weapon in this tombstone, and you have to disturb the tombstone to get the weapon, but the thing is, it will spawn wraiths around you that you have to defeat in order to get your weapon or armor or whatever. And the wraiths have to be hit by pretty much surprise attack only because their evasion stat is ridiculous. And I'm checking to see if these potions have been identified or not, because they are more valuable if they haven't been identified, because it's important to identify as many potions as you can early on. And I could have died here because I just made a misclick and then just ended up like all the way over here. Like, I didn't do that on purpose. Now I'm trying to figure out what to do with the situation I got myself into. And I can't carry it because my inventory's full, so I'm gonna go drink some more potions and find out what they do. So this swarm of flies actually did drop a health potion, but because it's not identified yet, it just comes up as indigo potion. But as it dropped from the swarm of flies, I can confidently use my Stone of Intuition, knowing that this is a health potion. The Stone of Intuition works by either going, "Yeah, you guessed it correctly," or if it's your first use and you get it wrong, the Stone of Intuition just disappears. But if you guess it correctly, then you get a second try with the Stone of Intuition, and then on the second try, it will disappear regardless of whether you guessed correctly or not. There is a slime here. They have this property where it's very difficult to hit them for a high amount of damage. Your damage is capped at like 5 or 6, cannot go above that when hitting the slime. This is a little secret that spawns, a little secret room that spawns on some levels, and it gives you a bland fruit, which is something that cannot be eaten on its own, but if you combine it in the alchemy with a seed, it will gain properties from that specific plant, and some of them are helpful to you, and some of them are not very helpful to you. And it becomes edible when you do this. So this is a room where there is a ghost, and this ghost is friendly, and he has a quest for us. After we complete the quest, he will give us a choice between one random weapon and one random armor, and they can both be upgraded, but we are only allowed to pick one of these choices. He introduces a mini-boss, and he will always spawn at either level 4 or level 3, which, to be honest, I think it's a little bit boring that he spawns every single time. And for his quest, you either have to fight the Great Crab or this Gnoll Assassin that's really annoying because he'll throw poison darts at you from a distance. See, here is the Great Crab, and he can only be damaged by surprise attacks. If what you hit him with doesn't count as a surprise attack or magic, then he just blocks with his claw. I thought this was just a regular crab at first, so I had to look closer at him because I'm like, hang on a minute, I haven't seen this type of crab in the game before. These little guys are actually kind of related to the main boss of the sewer region of this game. This is the Heightened Senses perk at work. It gives me mind vision over entities within its range, in this case a red sentry turret, and it allows me to see the immediate surroundings of whatever I have mind vision on. Here I'm just using the alchemy pot to try and turn some ingredients into a meat pie, which is a lot more nutritional for you than just eating the ingredients separately would be. It gives you like this long-lasting, well-fed buff that you're not going to see for a while because I'm trying to ration my food as much as I can here. And now that I can get to strength 12 with this strength potion here, I'm going to try and equip another weapon, and it's going to backfire immediately because this weapon is cursed. Fortunately, this curse is not a nasty one, but you can't unequip cursed things. You have to get the curse off first before you can unequip the weapon. And in this case, it's an enchantment where the attacks will either do no damage at all, or they will do double damage, and it's like a 50-50 chance. See, in this room, you can stand only at the edge before you get close enough where the sentry turret starts to charge up, and the sentry turret will do ridiculous amounts of damage to you when it does charge up. The only way you are fast enough to get the treasure without getting shot is with a haste potion. The haste potion will make you faster, and you'll be fast enough to get it without getting shot. But I have to deal with some inventory issues here first, because I've got more stuff than I can carry right now. So I'm just going to ditch it all next to the level exit, and I can come back for it later, because if you have a bunch of junk items, don't throw them away, because you can sell them at the shops that show up on the first level of each zone. Armor and weapons will show up as no color if they are either enchanted or not enchanted and already identified. They will show up as purple if they have not been identified. They will show up as blue if they have not been identified but are known to not be cursed. And they will show up red if they have not been identified but are known to be cursed. Here I have made a foolish mistake and used my bland fruit with a seed of sungrass to create the sun fruit, which is something that, a morsel that will give you health potion effects when you eat it. And the reason this is foolish is because I should have been saving this to combine with more valuable seeds, like the seed of starflower or the seed of rotberry. With the seed of starflower, I could have created a starfruit that would have leveled me up when I ate it, or with the rotberry, which only spawns in 1 out of 2 possible quests you can get for the prison level. But if I had used the rotberry seed, then I could have made a bland fruit that would have increased my strength permanently. Strength potions are limited on how many times they can spawn throughout the entire dungeon, so this is the only way to get ahead in this regard. You get 1 extra point of strength early on. This is a secret that will always spawn on the last level of the sewers. This is the Rat King. He's got a little bit of story component to him that's really cool, but you don't see that until much later. And we're looking for the big bad of this level. He's just a gigantic sewer slime that spawns somewhere in this level. There he is right there. This is your first boss fight, and there is a boss guarding the end of every single region that exists in this game. I'm playing a little dirty here by setting up a fire bloom flower and trying to coax him into it so that he will catch himself on fire. And in any situation you find yourself in where you can actually cheese this boss, it's a pretty easy boss to beat, actually. And I have empty inventory space, so I'm going to go back up and grab from my stash a whole bunch of things to sell here. Many years ago, a prison was built here to house dangerous criminals. Tightly regulated and secure, convicts from all over the land were brought here to serve time. But soon dark miasma started to creep from below, twisting the minds of guard and prisoner alike. In response to the mounting chaos, the city sealed off the entire prison. Nobody knows what became of those who were left for dead within these walls. From the second region onwards, there is always 3 doors in the first area, and one of them will always lead to a shopkeep like we have right here. The shopkeep will sell various storage expansions and stones of augmentation, and also the Ankh. These are the 3 most important things he sells. He will also sell food and potions and some scrolls. The Stone of Augmentation lets you increase one trait of a piece of equipment while hindering another one. For weapons, it is either damage or speed, and for armor, it is either evasion or defense. So now that I've increased the damage of my bow, it now takes 2 turns instead of 1 to fire the bow. The skeletons have a little explosion of bone that goes 1 tile in every direction when they're defeated, and it can potentially kill you, so you do have to watch out for that. This little altar room right here will give you a cursed armor or weapon if you kill enough enemies near the flame. This room full of the toxic gas right here, this will always spawn a potion of purity somewhere else in the level so that you can go through the gas cloud without taking damage. Now that I have a full water skin, I can show you its real purpose. Its real purpose is to bless the Ankh so that you actually live properly when the Ankh triggers. Like, it will actually save you instead of just halfway saving you. Without the blessing, the Ankh will just respawn you somewhere on the level with nothing, and you will have nothing until you find your old corpse and pick up your stuff. But if the Ankh is blessed, then it just gives you a bunch of health and helps you out in an emergencies when you take a fatal wound. The mystery meat is a poisonous, but it can be cooked in different ways, like you can cook it on fire, but if you freeze it with the ice trap instead, you get a mystery meat that will give you random helpful buffs whenever you eat it. But with the video threatening to reach 40 minutes, that just about does it for me for now. That was this week's episode of Try Today Tuesday, and if you want to get notified whenever I upload outside of my regular schedule, just hit that subscribe button. And you know what to do because you're already doing it. Keep it tuned right here.